we have the lovely Roberta Campbell with us.
Beautiful was hitting rock bottom in 2020. I moved into this house with my boyfriend. I think we keep uncovering more and more. We just have to allow ourselves to dream again. She has a traumatic brain injury. And that's when in 2021 I hired my first coach. I joined Bob Proctor's program. You feel younger.
You're unstoppable.
Yes, exactly.
And I hope to eventually spread more peace.
You're so encouraging, and I've seen you on social media and everything.
I mean, I've been doing personal development for 20 years. Welcome to the Anomaly Factor. I'm Janet Hamilton, and I will be your host. Today, we have the lovely Roberta Campbell with us, and we're going to have a lovely conversation, and hopefully you'll learn something a little along the way. We're celebrating our differences at the Anomaly Factor and the unique anomaly within each of us. And Roberta, welcome. How are you today?
Oh, I'm so good. Thank you so much, Janet, for having me. Thank you for allowing me to have some time with you. I know it's been a while, and I'm doing really good.
Good. What's new in your
excited.
world?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. There is a lot going on. This has been a big year for me. And, I started out the year really rough. Okay. I moved into this house with my boyfriend. And so this was like a whole new world for me. And I've learned so much about myself. It has been so good. So we have this house that we're renting, and we're actually on like 35 acres here. So I have been able to really get grounded and figure out who I am and what I want. Like very clear, a lot of clarity here.
Did you not know before who you were? I'm curious.
No.
What happened?
No, I think we just keep uncovering more and more. I think that I knew parts of me, and I think we all do have parts of ourselves. But I think with being with someone, because, I've been divorced, oh my gosh, since 2009.
So you were living your life.
So I pretty much have done, yeah. I mean, it's like, it was, you do get, when they say we get set in our ways, you do find out what you like and what you don't like, right? As we get older. And I knew I didn't want to do life alone. And I was very fortunate to meet someone, and he's a great person, and we're both really, I told him when we moved here, we are going to grow and heal. I know God sent us here. I knew this happened for a reason. And it's just been so beautiful. And beautiful is contrast. Beautiful was hitting rock bottom in 2020. Yeah. Because Janet, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have found out who I was. Because my life, it was pretty good. It really was. I mean, I was just kind of just living. But I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of really who I was and what I wanted.
What do you think awareness is? Explain it to our audience.
Yeah. Awareness is when you are able to really, it's disconnecting from everything, I think, too, like spending time alone. So turning off the TV, turning off social media, whatever it is, and really looking inside and saying, really, like, who am I? And Kathleen, our mentor and coach, was always like, what do you really want? And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know. So I think we just have to allow ourselves to dream again. And that goes back to childhood. So when I look back and say, as a child, what did I want? What did I love back then? And all of those things are really coming into my life right now, which is so crazy. I loved being a teacher, and I loved helping others. And, we would play like school, as we were kids. And I spent a lot of time at my grandma and grandpa's house. And so I loved it. I remember, performing in front of them and singing. Now, I don't want to be a singer. Okay, I'm putting that out there right now. That is not my calling. Okay.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. But I have been in the recording studio, which is funny. Yeah. So I recorded a guided meditation. So I can also have a very calm voice. A lot of people have told me. So I was like, okay, all right, so I'll do this. And what's funny too, growing up, I was in choir and I did sing in church my entire life, and I loved it. I loved my hearing my mom sing. She had such a beautiful voice, and singing with her. And I always thought I was a soprano because I wanted to sing the main chorus, but I am alto all the way. So I've been
You have
faking
hidden
that.
gifts. Yes, you have hidden gifts. Maybe we'll find you on an album somewhere.
Janet, I do have a little part in one of my daughter's songs. Okay.
Oh,
I do. Yep. So
tell us
I
about it.
could, hey, well, she recorded this song and it's about her accident. So in 2018, my daughter at the time, she was 22, and I was an empty nester. This is when my life began to change. And, I'm a hairstylist. I've been a hairstylist for like forever, 38 years or something crazy. And I love being with people. I love doing that, being that one-on-one and making people feel good and all of that. And I started doing hair extensions, and I started traveling around the United States teaching hair extension classes. So
Wow.
my kids were in college. I was an empty nester. I was like, okay, this is good, I'm liking this.
Did you
And
actually feel like it was a good thing that you were an empty nester? Because it's such a tough point. People feel stuck because they forget who they were, spending so much time focusing on their family and their kids.
at first, I was just very lost. So I was trying to find things, different things to do, different things to keep me busy. And so I landed this position as an educator. So yeah, when I had the opportunity to start traveling and teaching hair extension classes, the crazy thing was I kept inviting my kids to go with me. So we did some traveling and we got to do some things. And I'm from the Midwest, and I was in California teaching or actually going to classes at this time. This was in 2018, and on September the 9th, I was in class and I received a call that my daughter had been in an accident, and it was very confusing for a while. I didn't understand what was going on. I'm 3,000 miles away, and I had to like drop everything and come home, and I became her caregiver. So she was walking across the street in a crosswalk as a pedestrian, and was hit by a car, and she has a traumatic brain injury. And so here's the thing, it's a double. Like when the car hit her, she hit her forehead on the front of their windshield, and it threw her back, and she cracked her skull in the back of her head. And
Wow.
as horrible as this seems, and and what we went through after this was really difficult, but I'm also grateful that it wasn't worse. Okay. So in and out of hospitals for 2 weeks, like my life right then began to change. And I think part of it too, I don't know, we don't understand why things happen sometimes. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, remember I said I thought I was living a pretty good life, but I was so lost. I was really not in a good place at that time, and I didn't know it. And sometimes it takes contrast. Yeah. What other people would call, unfortunate events and bad luck or whatever happening to me, happening to us, right? And so when that happened, of course, yeah, we were the victims. We were pissed off. She struggled. I struggled. She moved back in with me. My life began to change. And for a while, it looked pretty bad. I had to give up the traveling and hair extension training and just focus on just taking care of her and try to keep myself going and grounded. And she had she had PTSD, and there were some rough moments for a couple of years. And then 2020 came around and slapped us in the face, really, at that time, which we thought was like horrible and the worst thing that was happening. I mean, my job was furloughed. So now I don't have a job. I had sold my house. My daughter moved back in. I was lost. And it took that to wake me up. And
That was your bottom. And how did you turn it around?
yeah. And because it's like rocking or hitting rock bottom is like a surrender. it's like it makes you surrender and say, okay, okay, yep,
Yes, it
all right,
does.
God, what am I supposed to be doing, you know? And that's when in 2021 I hired my first coach. I joined Bob Proctor's program, his year-long program, and woke me up to some things that, man, I couldn't believe I was hearing. Now he was in the movie The Secret, the documentary, and you know, I thought I'd watch that all the time, and I was like, yeah, this is me. This is what I'm doing. I'm very driven. I've
Are you type
always,
A?
huh?
Are you a type A?
Yeah.
Yeah, completely.
That's why the letting go has been tricky.
Yeah.
But I am very driven. But I'm also, you know, as I told you, it's like, but I'm also a free spirit now. And I love that. I'm a lot more open now because I have kind of dealt with some things and I see and I understand that everything always does work out. And after hiring the mentor and then joining Kathleen's program, you know, that totally changed my life because then I was able to step into my feminine energy, my feminine spirit. And that's where it's like, oh, so it doesn't have to be this hard? You mean I don't have to struggle this much? And, you know, when you just let go and, you know, my daughter started writing music and recording and doing the things that she loved. And I don't know if you know, but now she's expecting a baby. I'm going to have my first grandbaby. So she's due like in 2 weeks. Or
Oh,
yeah.
geez. I knew she was pregnant, but I didn't realize she was due that quickly.
Yes.
How's it going to feel for you to be a grandma? Is that what you want to be called, or Nana? What would you like?
I, I've already, yeah, I had to decide that one. I'm like, I think I'm a Gigi.
A Gigi. Okay,
I like
yeah.
that. I like that.
It's
So,
interesting how we all like to be called something else when we reach
right.
this age. Yes.
Yep. Yep. So I liked that. And, oh, I'm so excited. I can't remember being this excited when I was pregnant myself. I think
Oh,
there is something different of being a grandparent, isn't there?
yes. I hope so one day.
Okay,
I
right?
can imagine you just enjoying the child and then back to the parent without the responsibilities. That's going to
Yes.
be nice for me.
Yeah, yeah. So we
So,
are
what was your
beyond.
biggest? How did you turn your life around? What were the steps that you took? I'm curious.
So I think the biggest thing is that letting go and just stepping back for a moment and having awareness of looking around me and saying, is this really what I want? You know? And that's when I was like, wait, no, we are going to make some changes. And so awareness of just everything around me, what I want, what I wasn't happy with, and I've always had a burning desire, and I knew that I was willing, open, and willing to do whatever it took. So when I step back, and I've always loved to I told you, teach. I always wanted to be a teacher. So, I'm watching Kathleen and how much she has helped us. I was like, I want to do that too. I
Yeah.
have to help others. And so this has led to, and in 2022, my daughter and I wrote a book, She Looks Fine. And that was about our journey through her accident, through her traumatic brain injury, and everything that we had been through. And so that too was like, this is incredible. Like, this is amazing that we can do this. And I wanted to write a book about 20 years ago. I had told somebody, and they just laughed in my face. Like, how do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
get it.
yeah, you're right. Like, I didn't even go to college, and I had that mindset. I had that programming that kept me there. So when I opened up my mind and I was more open to everything, and I decided I wanted to write that book that I've always wanted to write, that's what started changing my world. And then I was asked to co-author a tribute book to Bob Proctor after he passed. I had a chapter in that book. And
Nice.
then this year has been the biggest changes for me. And I think it was just, making some changes about moving to a different place, getting out of
Where
my,
did you?
getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of the norm.
Where did you move to?
Yeah, so I'm just a little further outside of the town that I was in, and I love the cute little town. Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
amazing when we let go of what no longer serves us that we are open and have a lot more space for what does.
yeah. And being here has showed me what I want and what I don't want. And I just have taken the time to get quiet. I've done more journaling and reading and just stillness and just taking walks in nature. And so that was all for me, just really, it brought me closer to God. It brought me closer to like just having that conversation with God and just taking a walk. And I swear I get in every time. Now we're covered with snow right now, so I'm not walk, but my feet are on a grounding mat right now, so I'm still grounded. And I just
You have
yeah.
a podcast too, do you not?
Yes. So my podcast, Unleash Her, I started last year, the beginning of 2024. Look, not knowing how to do it, totally jumped in. I say, I'm going to figure it out.
Yep.
I'm just going to figure it out because we
Baby
wait.
steps.
That's it. And if we wait until everything's perfect, I mean, it's never, well, nothing's ever perfect. So I jumped in and now I have like 84 episodes and I
Impressive.
just keep learning and getting better because if you want to be better at something, you have to keep doing it. And so that's what I did. So I started the podcast and I started this platform, and little by little, it has led to this. This year, I decided to publish. Well, because I had interviewed a few people on my podcast that had self-published, and they're just like, "You can do it." I said, "Are you sure?"
Yes, you have a new
So
book coming out as well, right?
yes, 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 yes. And so
What's the
one of
title
the
of that?
girls, she helped me. I was going to say she helped me through some of the self-publishing. And so once I did that, once I got my journal out there, and it's called Unleashed. It's the 7-minute gratitude and manifestation journal. And so once I did that, I was like, oh, I can, now is my time to create this anthology. So I wanted to create a collaboration of women that have stories to tell. And writing my first book, that was a lot. I suggest, it's a recommendation, but if you're able to contribute to an anthology or just to contribute a chapter and be a part of something like that, it's a great place to start because, a whole book on your own, a big manuscript, a novel, it's a lot. And I'm not going to tell you not to do it. And I'm not going to say I'm not going to have more on the way. But so I created this and it's Unleash Her. It happened to be the title. Now, listen, I had to let go. It was a different title at first. It was Unleashed.
I love
And
the name.
I thank you. It just happened. So when we let go and say, maybe this is what it was supposed to be the whole time, and it
Exactly.
is just, she did the cover photo for it. And so we're all just like contributing to it. And it's beautiful. And that will Unleash Her. That'll be out December the 12th. So that is like next Friday.
There you go, just in time for Christmas, everyone.
That's right. And this is real stories. This is stories of women that have healed from the inside out, women that have been through all different situations. And they're not sitting here in that victimhood. We're not sitting, we all have had things in our lives that probably felt like totally unfair. My daughter's accident, everything else that we have dealt with. But when we say, okay, what good can come of this? What can I take
Yes.
from this? How can I better myself? How can I do better? And how can I learn? And that's what it's led us to. And so this anthology is coming out, and I'm sure that there's going to be another one next year because this has been incredible journey.
I agree. I'm doing the same thing with other like minded people like myself with stories that were very similar and creating our own anthology. And I hope and intend to turn that into a TV series to show
Ooh,
others what's possible when you have that mind shift or the soul shift. And it's different for each of us, right?
yes.
But I, like you, was a type A and extremely productive my entire life. It's what I do. I'm a workaholic. I enjoy it. It keeps me busy. Burnt out myself and slowed down. That was my wake up call. I was doing it for basically 60 years or I wasn't going to be around. And it's true. As hard as it is to realize your life is not choices, intentions, that we get to wake up and do life differently the way we were meant to before the world made us out to be who we are.
Right. And my message too is that it's never too late. That's
I'm a
what's so
60-year-old,
beautiful.
6-month old. That's what I keep saying because that's how I feel. I don't even know who I am anymore, Roberta.
You feel younger?
Oh yeah, younger, lighter,
Yeah.
freer. I have
Yeah.
a sense of calm, inner peace, and freedom that I've never known. And honestly, everything is on the other side. The leadership, the creativity, the connection, the authenticity, and we get to create the world we want to live in. We don't have to sit back and let it happen to us.
Yeah. And did you growing up and being like a workaholic? See, I so bad I could work all day long. I always and I felt like I had to do something. It made me feel it was like at the end of the day, I'm like, what did I do productive today?
Yeah. And honest to God, for the last year, the hardest thing for me to do is learn to do nothing and just be, because it's so foreign for me that my body wants to go. And honestly, when you settle and just be with yourself, that's where all the answers are.
Yeah.
That's the creativity, like I said, the choices, the space to just be and feel. And when you can do that and heal, everything is on the other side.
Yes. And I am watching you. Oh, I see you, girl. And so, I interviewed you, I think last year or
Maybe
spring, summer.
longer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I see you now and I see you out there and you're doing all of the thing and you speaking opportunities and books and look at all of this.
I know. And I haven't had it feel like I've been very blessed on so many levels. And yet, at the same time, I've created and done so much in the last 2 years, just since I've aligned within myself, that we are limitless beings and everything and anything is possible as long as you stay focused in those baby steps on
Yeah.
your goal, on your desires, and you get support and encouragement from like minded people, you're unstoppable.
Yes, exactly. I told my boyfriend too. I mean, we're still getting to know each other and it's been so good. We're here to help each other. Like God brought us together. And so I'm just like, okay, like just be patient and understand that I am creating these things and some people might not understand. But now he's seeing it. He's like, "Whoa, this is happening. We're doing this and now we're doing it together." So, it's nice. I like doing life with others. I was always like when we say don't type A some people sometimes just like I can just do it. I'll just do it on my own because I do it
Yeah,
best.
we don't ask for help very easily. We're overly independent. I mean, when you've done it yourself your whole life, then it's just kind of natural. But it's much easier when you reach out with like minded people, with the right support, with the right encouragement. Yeah, anything's possible. We're co regulating each other constantly. And I hope to eventually spread more peace. That's what I want in the world. Because we don't have peace inside. How are we supposed to have peace out there? It's just
Yeah.
not possible. And it's no wonder the world's in the state that it is right now.
Yeah, and peace, I always say you're like everyone's biggest cheerleader. I mean, I love it. You're so encouraging and I've seen you, out there with on social media and everything and it's so beautiful. And so you are bringing people together,
I hope so.
and uplifting. And so thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm realizing now what my gifts are. And I think for myself, through Kathleen's program, I mean, I've been doing personal development for 20 years. And I was always looking for that end result, the destination. I'm a results oriented person. I'm very analytical and I get results for everybody. But I didn't understand myself until I slowed down and started questioning everything. I had no clue what I'd been through, honest to God. And it was like, it felt like my whole life was, I don't want to say a lie because it wasn't. It was what it was. But it was not my life. It was not a life that I designed for myself. I was literally hyper vigilant for safety my entire life and had no clue until I slowed down and went within to try and understand why and what those experiences and how they affected me, as well as the genetic stuff. The epigenetic, historically, ancestrally, is rampant in my cells. And yeah, I actually healed my ancestral trauma before I actually healed myself. It was part of my healing journey. And it was like, now I get it. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's taking the puzzle apart, really, is what you're doing. Like, or I keep saying I'm a large Spanish onion, probably in the Guinness Book of World Records, because I had so many layers to go through. And it all makes sense when you connect the dots in hindsight, backwards. It all falls into place.
And I have to tell you, so for Thanksgiving, I was like, things around you. Think about it. And
I
so
keep
we had,
saying, I'd love to be able to put the lid on some of the awarenesses that I've had, but you can't. Once it's been exposed, there's no putting it back.
right, right. And you know what? I made lasagna. I was like, I'm making lasagna for Thanksgiving. So yeah, that's just
We can create new traditions.
exactly. You
Yes,
can do whatever you want. If you want to do the traditional Thanksgiving, that's awesome. Do it. But if you don't, then then what do you want to do? What would you prefer? It's a preference, isn't it?
exactly. It's and a choice. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a conscious choice with intention. Is what I mean, love and intention is all I've ever up on myself because I literally felt like a feral child. I had no choice but to trust myself. And yet I was with the masses going, why? I spent my life a longing to belong to this group. Now I literally long to just be. And I felt very disconnected and alone before with those large groups of people. Now I'm very alone and I feel more connected and protected than I've ever felt in my life. It's so strange.
Yes. Same. Same. I don't feel like I have to be in the crowd, to go with the crowd. And yeah, I feel the same. I feel whole. We're getting that
Yes.
wholeness
Yes.
without being alone to feel whole. That is the best feeling.
I've never fit into a box. That's why my business is called the Anomaly Factor, because that's how I felt my entire life. And then I realized it's not a negative. We are all anomalies. So what makes you an anomaly?
That and I was like, I had to think about this when you asked me. And I even asked my boyfriend because sometimes people from the outer can see things too. And I'm like, I know what I'm thinking, but I asked his opinion, and what he said was exactly what I was feeling. And so the thing about me, I am very driven, but I'm also like this free spirit. So I am driven, but I am willing I'm open, right? So I am more open minded now. I'm, and I used, spirituality. I'm spiritual, but I have this openness to, okay, let me hear. I will listen to other whether it's spirituality or Christianity or whatever it is. I'm open. I'm
Mhm.
open to listening. Where before, and I think a lot of us too, you're like, well, these are my beliefs and I don't want to hear yours. And so we can't be like that.
No.
Just listen for a moment. And so, I also feel like I am a take charge kind of gal, but I'm approachable. So I want to be, I said, I think the best is to be a leader and a good follower, both.
I agree. And I've told my kids this for years as well because there's no sense in competing with other people because there's always going to be somebody better or more experienced. The only one you should compete about is against is yourself to grow, to educate, to just be better than you were yesterday. Period.
Yes, that is it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Quit comparing. And I was out there, I was doing the same thing, and I'm in the beauty industry and I'm looking around, and I had my hair cut a few months ago. I was like chopped it off and got rid of my hair extensions, and I tried it for a while and I was like, I don't like it. I don't love it. So I went back and I got my hair extensions back. Look, do what you love, do what makes you feel good and what you love about you. And it's not that I'm doing this just because everyone else is doing it or this or that. I'm doing it because that is what I like. And a lot of people told me they're like, I loved your short hair. And I was like, oh, well, good. I
I
didn't.
didn't. Yes, exactly. I
Not on
had
me.
I had hair down to my waist when I met my husband 35 years ago, and I chopped it off to my shoulders. Then when I had the kids, it went shorter. I've tried growing it out again. There's no way I can do it. There's that in between stage I cannot get past, and I can do my hair in like 20 minutes. It's really, really easy.
That is a lot of it. And you look amazing in short hair. Now I don't. And so and yeah, and so something quick and easy and that we love, it
Yeah.
doesn't get any better than that. But
No.
yeah, I love your hair.
2026, Roberta.
Oh, well, so I will have that title as a Gigi. And so I step into that mode, which really gives me so much. I believe that this baby, Mateo is his name. That is a child of God, and he is due the week of Christmas. So it doesn't get any better than that. And I'm just beyond grateful. And I feel like this baby is just bringing us together and giving us something in our lives. I mean, it was unexpected, and it was the perfect unexpected gift, I think.
The best
And
gift of all.
it is. And it really made me wake up and say, I'm not where I want to be. And so I want to create, I'm letting things happen now. I'm letting go and I'm letting them come to me. And I was like, wait, this wasn't in my plan. Here we go. Type A, let it go and let it come to you. So when things come to you, now that I have created this anthology, so many people are asking for help with writing a book, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm going to follow that lead if it's coming to me. And so this is leading to other things. This anthology, I've helped the people with the chapters to help them with their brand. Where are you going from here? Where do you want to go from here? So I love that. And I do. I want to help others find who they are and find their brand and find their voice. And we're going to have a big book signing here. I'm in Cincinnati area. So we're gonna have a big book signing here, and it's all about more collaborations. I'm not doing it on my own anymore. I guess that is the
Exactly.
biggest thing for me to say is that
Mm.
I'm not doing it on my own. I want to do it with others. It's more fun, and we have to let go of that control. So
That was my biggest hurdle, honest to God, was the last year is understanding and realizing that I've had a lot more help, encouragement, support than I ever have had in my life because I was that person. And yeah, when you align within with your authenticity, which I think is who I've always been, I think because I grew up with absolutely no boundaries or understanding of energies. And I've been so authentic that I think I've just triggered everybody in my life because I didn't understand myself or what had happened to make me out to be who I am. It was all pre verbal. So I'm just connecting with my body over and over again to release energy because your body remembers what your mind cannot. And I think I resonate with everyone else's pain and suffering, but I had no clue that I had it in my own body. So I've been chasing the pain where most people have been running from it. And literally, it's getting through the pain, meeting it head on, that resistance. Everything else is on the other side.
yes. Yes, exactly. Oh, we could talk about things. I've been through depression, I've had anxiety, and I have just having a better understanding for that now. I'm like, oh, because I still get anxious, but I
You're
don't
human.
say, yes, exactly. The human part of me gets anxious,
Yes.
and then I just have to remind myself. So it's a reminder, calm down, slow down.
And you get to choose.
And what?
And you get to choose.
And you get to choose every
Yeah.
day. You choose. Yes. So letting it go, loving life more. I want to love life more, enjoy, like for Christmas and for the holidays. I was like, I don't even care. I want to have some food around. I want to just enjoy each other and laugh and play games. And so for me, it's just tapping back into that to where I felt like I had to work so hard and force so hard. And now it's back to enjoying life more.
Yeah, I agree. I've been releasing the pressure and overwhelm that I put on myself because I do want to do it all. I remember when I first met Kathleen, she goes, "What do you want from life, Janet?" And I went, "More." She goes, "More of what?" So more of everything. I love life. I love travel. I love people. I love connecting. I love swimming. I just love life. And we get to choose and be and do everything we want when we are open to receive and remember who we are. And I am so grateful for Kathleen to connect me with other like minded people. And honestly, I'm starting to understand myself, and I had no clue. And my husband and Jen Underwood actually were the first two people that told me who I was. And I went, "What do you see? I don't see it." And I'm just starting to understand that there are gifts of trauma. And I think the earlier that you experience trauma, the longer you experience trauma, it makes you super sensitive. And I am highly sensitive, and I think I feel things just deeper than most people, I think. And I'm not saying everyone, because there's lots of people like me. But yeah, I just think we're all love. I think we're all deserving. We're all meant to be here. And I just wish people would treat each other better.
Yeah, I do too. But, and Jana, I want to tell you though, sometimes, I notice myself still have, and it's something that we work on every day. And the days that I am a little anxious and I'm not patient with others, and it's just a reminder that I don't beat myself up. I'm like, okay, I can do better. And if we all really look at each other, I said this the other day, we're kind of all wounded children. We all have wounds. Others, we have to remember that, and just be more compassionate and loving. And so that's
Yes.
my goal.
I agree 100%. And I've been in a hurry to do it all and keep saying, I don't have time. I don't have time. But I have all the time in the world. It's just what you choose to do with that time. So I literally, the nature of our business is what has dictated a lot of it for me is prioritizing in the moment. So that's what I use now. I'm not saying I'm running out of time. I'm just prioritizing in the moment because I do want to get it all done. This moment is the only moment we have. The next one's not guaranteed, and it is a present. That's why it's called the present moment. And so many people are stuck in the past or worried about the future. They're missing life.
Yeah. Because we could sit here all day. We're all, and play that the victim card. But we remember we've all had things in our life. So, and it's okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay to get mad. It's okay to cry. The other day, I'm like 3 times that day I broke down. I'm like, wow, I must have needed this.
I think it's like a roller coaster, right? You have to have the lows and the highs, and you have to enjoy the ride up and the ride down to feel the breadth of all the emotions. That's the human experience. And so many of us are cut off, like you said, due to trauma and haven't integrated their parts. And honestly, that's all I want to do is help others connect. And I know where they've been. I've had the experiences a lot of them have had. And I'm able to just hold a really safe space for them because I resonate with so many, which is funny in a way and sad in another way. But I mean, I don't feel sad. I don't like telling my story because I don't want that pity because I don't even have it for myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I resonate with a lot of kids that were in orphanages or through a lot of trauma. Anyone that's felt stuck or lost, that's where I've been my whole life and I didn't even know it. So it's freeing when you remember who you were meant to be.
Yeah.
And
I,
I do believe it's heart, mind, body, and soul. I think all four have to be in alignment in order for you to be in the flow of life. And for a
yeah.
lot of us, it's a lot more difficult to get through than some. And I think that's why I was stuck in Kathleen's community as long as I was. I'm just going, I see them come and I see them go. I see them come. I see them go. And I sat there and I'm going, I'm not going anywhere until I understand myself.
I love
And
that.
that's what I had to do. I was just had a lot of layers.
No, I absolutely love that because I went in her program thinking, I'm just here to learn this and that. I didn't know that I was going to uncover and peel off those layers. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know I had that much more work to do. And so that's been the past year or two for me is just peeling off all of that. Yeah, I'm totally with you. And take us, you know what? Some of us it takes longer than others, and well, plus we're going to continue the rest of our lives doing it. So just look at that. And I believe that there's like this huge awareness, this huge awakening happening. I
I
don't
agree.
know.
I agree
I was like, I
100%.
don't think it's just me. You know how you feel like you're surrounded like on social media with the things that you're looking at, or that you're interested in. But I don't know. I see other people waking up.
I do too. And I think we all are ripples and are affecting the people around us. At least I hope so. That's all I want to do is make a difference in someone's life, period. I don't want them to suffer because it's needless. And I think everybody's masking the pain instead of dealing with it.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Yeah.
It's not a destination. It's a journey, and we're meant to really enjoy the experiences along the way because they are meant to teach us who we were meant to be.
Yeah. And it is jump and do things before you're ready. So that's one thing I'm not afraid to do.
That's what I've been doing for the last couple of years that I don't even know who I am. I feel like I'm speaking up more, speaking out more, and I really not that I've ever cared because I felt like I was different all along, but we're not supposed to minimize ourselves. We're not supposed to dim our light, to lower our voice, and I've done that my entire life because I didn't want to be superior to others. I didn't want to throw it into people's faces that I've had a good life and experience, but I worked for it. I created it. I chose to do it. And everybody else can too if they put their mind to it. Everything goes on in the mind, and nobody knows what's in your mind or mine.
Yeah. Yep. And we can create anything we want. It's just getting back to finding yourself. And yeah. And it's like I said, it's never too late. Look at us. We're, over 50. And I said, I feel freaking amazing. I feel better now than I did 10 years ago. So let's
I
go.
agree.
We're just getting started.
Yes. I just want to have fun and release all responsibilities now. I'm having a tough time staying focused, disciplining myself to do the work that I've always done because I just want to connect and have fun with people now and travel. And I'm going to do it all because that's all I've ever known. But I'm doing it differently, and that's fun.
Yeah. I
So I
love that.
really hope you enjoy that little grandbaby of yours when it comes
Oh my goodness.
and spoil the child rotten. You cannot not spoil a child. I feel if you don't, you're neglecting the child. They're
Oh,
meant to be held, they're meant to be seen,
they
they're meant
are.
to be validated. I don't want mini me's. I
Mhm.
let my kids be free
Yeah.
with boundaries, of course, something I never grew up with. I taught them that. And if you do it right from the beginning, you're not going to sit here at 60 trying to unlearn yourself. You'll be whole from the beginning. And that's all I want is for kids to be whole right from the get go, not doing it over like myself as a
Yeah.
60-year-old, 6 month old.
And it's so much too. It's like allow allow them to make decisions. Allow them to choose what they want to wear. What's the big deal?
Exactly.
My daughter, she had this little Disney princess dress. I swore she wore it everywhere for 6 months. And I was like, she wants to wear it. It's not a big deal. And so let them make some choices. Let them live you know, yes, we have to protect them and there are boundaries, but let them make some choices. So all this is going to be
Exactly.
fun. I'm so excited.
I,
Yes.
I'm happy and I can't wait to see your next book and what comes
Oh,
around the corner for you as well.
so I do have an idea for a children's book. So I'm going to be working on that. And yeah, this is going
I'm
to be
on,
good.
yeah, I just can't keep up with the ideas. I can't keep up with myself anymore. I literally have all these ideas, I have piles everywhere, and I just have to pace myself.
Right?
It'll happen in time. And if it
Yes.
doesn't, it's not meant to be. That's the way I've come to it now.
That is exactly it. That is huge right there. If it
Exactly.
doesn't pan out, then it wasn't meant to be.
Well,
Yes.
it was
Thank you.
a really good pleasure to have you back on, Roberta. I had to reciprocate. You had me on yours, like
Mhm.
you said, a few years ago.
Yep.
It's been a long time coming, and I'm finally doing it because I've made some space, put things behind me that I needed to, because they were no longer serving me, and I know what I'm meant to do now, which apparently I've been doing all my life. I just didn't have a process.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me on here and allowing me to share my thoughts. And it was great connecting with you again. I'm so
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Oh, I'm proud of you as well, and I'm so excited for you. And your Christmas is going to be spectacular this year because of that little baby.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was like, I can't even wrap my mind around anything else right now. It's so exciting. So thank you.
Yes, now that you're open and you're aware, you get to teach that little child something we didn't get taught. And that's remarkable because that's what it's all about is the next generation.
Yes, and my daughter, of course, has watched my growth and journey. So she has this has been what, 7 years, since she moved back in, and now she's on her own and you know, creating her life, and it's so crazy watching
She's
her with
doing well herself.
her
Yes.
family. And
Yes.
so it's a ripple effect, and we know that. So we work on ourselves, and the people around us see, and they are also transforming and changing their lives. So
So
we're going to
it's
keep it up.
like that Gandhi quote that I keep repeating is be the change you want to see in the world, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, we're coming to a close, Roberta, and I have another call to hop onto as well. And I know you have to get on with your day. So I want to thank you once again. I will send you a copy, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And I hope to see a picture of that baby soon.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you too, Janet.
Take care, Roberta.
Thank you. You too. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.